Big good one here, and eventually we will like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote and rank up my channel. Been neglecting it because my children got sick. Bunch of little toddlers thrown up or running high fever. It's a nightmare. The Book of Spiral Saul came out recently, and it's not doing too well with critics, but it's got a pretty good audience score, 75%. It's not too bad. I haven't seen it, but they're already, much like everybody else, they're talking about doing an MCU-style cinematic shared universe, spinning it off. Everybody wants to be like Marvel. From Mortal Kombat to everybody else saying, we're going to do a spin-off here or there. It's almost as if it's a game at this point.
Hello. Do you want to play a game?
I'm too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. Oh. It hurts.
Spiral movie could inspire MCU-style Saw franchise, says director. According to director Darren Bousman, the Saw cinematic universe in the style of the MCU could be coming in the wake of Spiral's release. Are you going to invent a lot of new characters, a lot of new serial killers? I don't think this would actually... It'd be really cool if you could get a horror franchise in the style of MCU with all these monsters teaming up and stuff. If they're already iconic monsters such as Freddy vs. Jason, they tried that before. But if you have like Chucky, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, that's like a big fucking deal. That is a really huge fucking deal that I would watch. I would love to see that happen. But I'm not interested in a bunch of people who are, I guess, fashioned at their jigsaw.
I'm a model, you know what I mean, and I do my little turn on.
Just because Spiral exists does not mean there will never be a Saw 9. This is a diversion. This is just a different path. You are not done seeing Tobin Bell at all. What I think will happen if this is successful is you'll see Spiral 2, and then you'll see Saw 9, and then you'll see Spiral 3. You'll see Saw 10. You might see a TV series. So I think you'll be seeing the Marvel-verse of Saw franchise where there are different storylines taking place, and I think that's what it's going to be. That doesn't sound too appealing to me. Maybe it does to hardcore Saw fans, but that when they talk about building up some kind of Marvel Cinematic Universe, you think a bunch of in the horror genre. That is something special. That is something awesome. But people want something on the level of Michael Myers and Jason with Freddy Krueger and Chucky and all these just horror icons. Like in the fashion of Dead by Daylight. You could make Dead by Daylight a movie and have it feature all these characters. And it wouldn't be too hard to make Dead by Daylight a movie. Part of the franchise's appeal from a business standpoint has always been its relatively cheap production cost. Spiral has continued that trend, being made on a reported budget of around $20 million. It's so funny how we talk about like $20 million is cheap for a movie. Real question is whether Spiral has earned such a large-scale reboot of the franchise. The overall critical consensus isn't too far removed from what Saw has faced before. A gory story that succeeds on violence and shock value. Without having anything truly impactful, Spiral has attempted to change that narrative with some commentary on police brutality and racial violence. Oh God, really? So we're okay. Always got a virtue signal. Hollywood's always got a virtue signal. They spend about $20 million on a movie. That's cheap. That's a cheap budget for them. We're talking of these rich, successful people throwing around millions and millions on movies. And they're always trying to virtue signal, like they give a damn about anybody or anything. Anyways, but many still believe it falls short where it matters. It falls short when it gets woke. That's where it falls short. Jesus Christ, I didn't know this about Spiral. Horror movies getting woke. I mean, what kind of nonsense are we talking here? MCU-style franchise in the horror genre. It would be really cool. It's like a fucking dream having all these horror icons come together, but what this is talking about here isn't anything remotely like what I was thinking when I saw that damn headline, and that's a disappointment. What do you think? Do you think a Saw universe would be really cool? Are you down for that? Would you be in love with that? And what do you think when it comes to an MCU-style franchise in the horror genre? Wouldn't you want to see a movie with Jason, Freddy, Michael, Chucky, all these icons in a sort of Dead by Daylight style? It's a shame we haven't gotten anything like that. Meanwhile, we get all these comic book crossover movies, all MCU big style franchise, but we can't get anything like that in the horror genre. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Would you be game to see an MCU style horror franchise? Let me know. Are you interested in this Saw franchise? Like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. Stay awesome. Rock on.
I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my shirt, so sexy it hurts.